I pray this lesson is edifying to you, brothers and the sincere listeners. I want to give all glory, honor, and praises to Yahweh by Shem Yahweh Shai by Shem Chakadash. Double honors to the apostles and elders of Great Millstone who rule and teach well. Peace of salutation to the elect 144 first fruit. All right, so are you doing things daily to compromise your manhood? Are you doing things daily that compromise your manhood? Okay, so let me just start off with this scripture here in 1 Corinthians 13 and 11. It says, when I was a child, I spake as a child, I understood as a child, I thought as a child, but when I became a man, I put away childish things. What are you doing daily? And what you're doing daily, is it compromising your manhood? There's the word compromise. It means an agreement or a settlement of a dispute that is reached by each side making concessions. It says accept standards that are lower than is desirable. Are you setting standards that are lower than what is desirable? Are you there's steps to becoming a better individual. Are you prematurely taking steps? Are you being too hasty in those steps? Are you skipping steps? We know the scriptures say talk about the straight gate. Yahweh did. Are you taking the straight gate? Are you taking the path to righteousness? Are you taking the path to become a man? Or are you doing things daily to compromise your manhood? So, what daily things that you could do to lower your expectations or lower your desirable stance of where you at in life? What are those things that you could be doing? You could be around your woman too much, uh, taking heed to a gossiping spirit. You could have your house unorganized, be unclean. Your vocabulary is childish. Not reading, because reading is actually a manly act. It's just what you read. See, there's a lot of women out there that read, but they be reading them little love story shit. What are you reading? First off, are you reading the Bible? Are you reading about finances? Are you reading about psychology, something like that? Are you reading about words? Are you studying languages? Are you reading languages? Are you praying? Are you setting a schedule for yourself for the week and have daily tasks? Daily task is making you disciplined, and it's teaching you accountability. You have to account for what you completed and did not complete that day, what you had planned. Are you lethargic? Are you a procrastinator? Are you easily agitated? Are you impatient? Do you get angry easily? Do you talk too much? I'm going to keep naming things. Do you talk too much? Do you talk too much to your woman? Do you talk too much to women in general? Do you drink too much? Do you work out or do you not work out? Do you know how to cook? Do you understand a little bit about planting, husbandry? Or at least have done it? Do you go outside? and get sun? Do you walk trails, hike mountains? All these things that I'm naming, I'm not saying you have to go and do. Do you? Hey, let me say this. Do you handle a weapon? Do you handle a weapon? I'm gonna say it. Do you handle a weapon? Do you commence in certain type of combats like boxing, taekwondo, karate, Brazilian jiu-jitsu? What are you doing daily that is making you a better man? Or what are you doing daily that is compromising your manhood? Okay? So let's go back to the script. And let's get this word man real quick. So I'm going to read this again. All right? So 1 Corinthians 13:11, when I was a child, I spake as a child. I understood as a child. I thought as a child. Hope Salakia. Now, because this it stemmed me another question, because it said child. Do you work? Do you have a job? Do you have finances coming in? Are you getting paid? Children don't work. See? Are you on top of your finances? It says, but when I became a man, I put away childish things. Okay? So here's this word man in the Greek.
Strong's G 435, aner. Aner.
And it means a reference to sex, a male, a husband, but we're going to get to the point, a betrothed or future husband. Are you a husband? Because that's a title. That's an important title too. A husband is a head of the household, so he needs to know how to run his household. Are you a husband? Husband has to make valid decisions and keep his logic sharp. It says with reference to age, and that goes reference to age in its truth, in just life in general. It says to distinguish an adult man from a boy. Myself included, look yourself in the mirror and see if you could call yourself a man, or do you need to call yourself a boy? Because you're acting like a little boy. You know? Because there's a lot of dudes out there who should look themselves in the mirror and call themselves a boy like Esau would call him. Boy. What are you doing around here, boy? Sometimes self-examination, it don't feel good because your spirit is really honing in on your ass and really cutting that flesh. It says used generically of a group of men and women, but there's something I want to get to in the Strong's definition, and that's that word sir, which I have here in the etymology. It says the word sir, which comes from the word man, being a man. The word sir is a title of an honor of a knight or a barnet or a barnet if that's silent. It says a variant of sire, which we're going to get. Sire. It says a title placed before a name and denoting knighthood. Lord. My Lord. That's why when you read Hebrews, it says Sarah calling him Lord. Because when you read about Abraham, even when he was Abram, he was a grown ass man, taking 314 men to war, taking his family to a new land, making decisions. He was a grown man. He was a father. He had faith in the Lord. When you read about it, that was a man, that was a sir, that was a sire. Okay? Older, an elder, a majesty, a father, a parent, a forefather, important elderly man. Can you be considered these things when these times come to hit? Because real talk, when I'm not trying to sound all boastful and cocky and proud, but when these times hit, you are going to be an elder. We are going to be an elder to these people. Are you practicing being a man right now? I'm gonna close it out in Proverbs 31. But what I'm gonna do is take back Proverbs 31. Because really this is a man script, a man chapter. The main script that gets pulled out is you know, who can find a virtuous woman? I'm taking this chapter back. Because really this is a manly chapter. Because it was a woman telling, or his mother, Lemuel, really putting him on game. Okay? When he was a prince, becoming a king. He also, too, matter of fact, here's another good one. First King, the first chapter. Okay? Hold on, so like it may be let me see something here. Let me see something here real quick. Because King David gave Solomon some words of advice. It may be the second chapter. Yeah, here we go. First Kings, the second chapter, is a good chapter to read because King David was, see, David's charge to Solomon. He was putting Solomon on game of what he needed to do as a man when he became king. And the word charge means command. So this is what he commanded Solomon to do. Okay? I'm taking back Proverbs 31 for us men. All these women out here be like, I'm a virtuous woman. I should do a lesson on that. For you women, what are you women doing to compromise your womanhood? Are you being too damn manly? Trying to be masculine and shit? So what are y'all doing to be compromising your manhood? So this is Proverbs 31:1. It says the words of King Lemuel, the prophecy that his mother taught him. What, my son? And what, the son of my womb? And what, the son of my vows? Give not thy strength unto women, nor thy ways to that which destroyeth kings. Exactly. So when you go into the Apocrypha, okay, and you read that in First Esdras, okay, give me a second. Salakia. Bear with me one moment. All right, Salaki. All right. All right. Salaki. All right. So when you go into First Ezra's, the fourth chapter, there was three men who presented their stuff to the king. So I'm gonna start at verse 13. It says, "Then the third, who spoke of women in of the truth, this was Zerubbabel. Okay, he began to speak. All right, O ye men, it is not the great king, nor the multitude of men, neither is it wine that excelleth. Who is it then that ruleth them, or hath lordship over them? Are they not women? Women have borne the king and all the people that bear rule by sea and land. Even of they, even thee came they. So it's like even you came from them. And they nourished them up and planted the vineyards from whence the wine cometh." Right. So he's cutting the dude who said that wine excelleth. Okay. He says, "Yeah, if men have gathered together gold and silver or any other goodly thing, do they not love a woman, which is comely in favor and beauty?" I'm telling you, man, women are dangerous. Women are dangerous. And that a women will compromise your manhood. You'll find yourself being around them too damn much. You start getting all sissy and prissy. You find your way getting caught up in gossip. You know what I'm saying? You find your way just getting all agitated and irritated very easily. Sometimes you just gotta be away. Go do something. Go link with a bro. Um, uh, like I said, go to the boxing. Go box or something. Go hit the range. Do what you need to do. Go outside. Go hike. Shit. Go take it. Go be around animals. You know what I'm saying? The word animal means spirit. So be around spiritual things. Go get in tune with nature. Sometimes you got to get the fuck away from the woman and out of the house. Shit, it could be as simple as going into the next room and closing the door and being in there for an hour or two. Go play the fucking game. Go read or something. I don't know. And have a you time. Okay? Especially those who live with a woman. Okay? Women are dangerous. They really are. They're dangerous to your manhood. Even though they are a big help to your life, when they when they want to be in this society, but sometimes you have to depart and detach yourself from them so you can just be a man. Okay, so this is why Zerubbabel is saying it's not wine, it's not the king, it's women that have the most power. Okay, and that's why it says, going back to Proverbs, the 31st chapter, the scriptures all up and down the scriptures warn you of women. They're dangerous. Okay? Verse 3 again, it says, "Give not thy strength unto women, nor thy ways to that which destroyeth kings." Right. You even see it with what was it, John the Baptist, when his head got put on a charger. All right, pretty much a plate. Okay? The decree, from a weak ass fucking man in power during that time, his wife told him in his ear, cut his head off and put it on a charger. "Anything you want, babe." And he said, "Go cut John the Baptist's head off and put it on a charger and present it to my wife." That's what happens when you're ruled by your woman. And here's another example. Athaliah, one of the, I think the only woman in power in Israel during that time, she wreaked fucking havoc when she was in rulership. The Lord did preserve one of those sons. I forgot how many sons there was, but the first moment she got in powership, she started killing all the previous king's son. The first thing she did was start killing. And when you read about most of the righteous kings in the Bible, the first thing they usually do is make everybody turn back to the Lord, or else they'll read the law to the people. The first thing she did was start killing. Women are dangerous, man. And that's one of the main things that compromise men's manhood. It's one of the biggest things. And the next biggest thing is not staying consistent with this truth, which which is crazy when you think about it, because this truth or this wisdom is likened unto a woman. So really, you should be giving your first love to the first woman who woke you up. This wisdom, this truth, this book. You should be giving your time to that. It says, verse 4, it is not for kings, O Lemuel. It is not for kings to drink wine, nor for princesses, Salakia, princes, strong drink. So that brings us to this particular precept. I think it's 2 Timothy. Nah, man. Tripping. Yeah. 1 Timothy 3:1. It says, this is a true saying, if a man desire the office of a bishop, he desire for good work. Right. So a bishop, when you go into that word, is an overseer. Okay? Every single one of us should be desiring that. You shouldn't be on some complacent bullshit standing on the plateau. You should be increasing each time, man. Go watch my last lesson on my page. I think I called it if you fail to plan, you are planning to fail. Okay? And in that lesson I talked about the increases, decreases, and the plateaus of life. Sometimes it's good to be on a plateau, but sometimes individuals get comfortable on that plateau and don't increase or decrease. You just stay stagnant. Stagnant brings a lot of wickedness. If you look at water that's stagnant, it brings a lot of bacteria. Okay? That's why you want living water to drink. All right? Meaning water that is moving all the time. Okay? It's not stagnant, it's not building up any bacteria. And you want to be moving. Yes, there are some times where you want to stay stagnant so you can digest where you're at for the moment. And so you're not so unsatiable. And then in due time, the Lord will increase you. And then you take on to that next step. Okay? But every single one of us should be desiring the role of a bishop or overseer and doing it with all humility. It says a bishop, verse 2, then must be blameless, a husband of one wife. We already hit that on the head. We can go all night about that. It says vigilant and sober. Okay? So let's get the word sober real quick. All right? And the word sober, it says sound mind, sane in one's senses, curbing one's desires and impulses. So it's temperance. Being sober is being temperate, and you're never temperate when you're under the influence of alcohol all the goddamn time. Stop drinking so much, getting drunk, in a sense of getting drunk. It's okay to have a glass of a red wine or something a day, because actually that's kind of healthy for you. Having a glass of red wine, all right, but strong liquors and shit like that, sometimes you got to just hold off for like, you may have went out with the bros or something. Sometimes you may have hold off for like 3 weeks, especially when age starts becoming a factor. Start getting into your 30s, your late 30s, 40s. You need to kind of just dial it back. You know what I'm saying? Have a strong drink once a month type shit. But have a glass of red wine if you want daily, which is, like I said, is actually good for you. Get some quality red wine. It says, verse 4, it says, it is not for kings, O Lemuel. It is not for kings to drink wine, nor for princes to drink, lest they drink and forget the law. Right, because what? You're not being sober anymore, meaning you're not being temperate. Usually when you're drinking a lot, hey man, Jake want to get freaky. Jake want to do shit. And usually when you see people on the alcohol, they get in fights, they bullshit, they fuck around, they're out late, all right, in the city. The scriptures tell you not to be roaming in the city like that, okay? It says, and pervert the judgment of any of the afflicted, all right? Give strong drink unto him that is ready to perish, and wine unto those that be heavy in heart, all right? Let him drink and forget his poverty and remember his misery no more, okay? Because when you drink wine, it gives you you have a joyful time. But drink it in moderation. Go read Ecclesiasticus or Sirach, the 31st chapter. Okay, it says, verse 8, open thy mouth for the dumb and the cause of all such as are appointed to destruction. So I'm going to hold that right there because I actually want to get this scripture in another lesson that I have conjuring up. And I'm trying to figure out what I want to name it, but pretty much it's your understanding has to be adequate for the ones who don't have knowledge. And this is a good one right here. So when you open your mouth to the dumb, all right, in the case of all, such are appointed to destruction, all right, it says, again, I'm going to continue really. Open thy mouth, judge righteously, and plead the cause of the poor and needy, right? Because your understanding has to be adequate for the ones poor and needy are the ones who lack the knowledge, understanding, and wisdom, but you got it. The scriptures say we sit in low places. The rich sit in low places. So we're going to be around the poor and needy. But though we're rich in spirit, you have to have adequate understanding on how to deal with people who lack knowledge. Okay? So I'll do that for a later time. But I'm gonna wrap this up here. What are you doing daily that compromises your manhood? Or what are you doing daily that is increasing your manhood? Okay? So think about those things, read these scripts, and know all those questions I had in the inception of the video. Ask yourself, look in the mirror. Are you calling yourself a man, or do you have to call yourself a little boy? Now I'm going to say it just like that. Or do you have to call yourself a little boy? All right? So, Lord willing, this was edifying, encouraging, and exhorting. I want to give all glory, honor, and praises to Yahweh by Hashem Yahushai by Hashem Chakodash. Double honors to the apostles and the elders of Great Millstone who rule and teach well. Peace, love, salutation to the elect 144 first fruit. Till the next time, we'll say shalom. And like always, repent for Yahushua is coming back sooner than what me and you believed. All right, shalom.